Okay, hello Clark,
Hi, how are you?
Pretty well. Did you find your location easily?
Yes, your directions were wonderful. Got here in short time, so thank you.
That's good. How's the weather?
Oh, it's wonderful. I was tired of the snow, but the summer weather is here, and I'm enjoying it. So.
That's good, that's good. Well, today like to talk to you about your background and experience. If we get to know you well, what you've done and what you hope to do, then we can judge whether we have opportunities here in our organization that are suited to your talents and interests. Certainly, it's to your advantage as well as ours to become acquainted with each other before making any implement decision. So I'd like to hear about your job, schooling, and interests, and anything else that you'd like to tell me. We will also be asking you about some specific experiences in your life. So let's start. How did you happen to become interested in our organization?
Well, I've been a lifelong runner for the last 6 years or so in competitive running, and I've used Brooks products since the very beginning. Also, I've attended races where Brooks has been marketing, sponsoring the events as well as athletes. So I've really seen their kind of run happy motto, working with leisurely runners, just working at active fitness, to now growing their competitive branch.
Mm-hmm.
So I've really had a lot of interest in that, and with my running experience, work experience, education, I really think I would be a great fit for the organization.
All right. Tell me about a job you've held. I'm interested in any special achievements you may have had and what you've gained from these jobs. Let's begin with your most recent job.
Okay, well, I was a sales associate at Party City.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of responsibilities with the job. I worked with closing and opening the store, as well as inventory, managing inventory, sales discounts for the products. So I also worked on product promotion, one-on-one relationships with customers, making sure I give them great customer service so that they're satisfied with our products and enjoy the products. And so I've had quite a lot of retail sales background through there. Also, I was a basketball referee. I took a lot of leadership, working with a lot of kids, running around the court. You're having to follow a strict rule book, making sure that they're going. You have to manage them to follow the rules of the game. You're also getting outside pressure from parents yelling at you, so you're having to maintain composure and patience in a leadership situation. Also, I had to work with time management, having to make sure that the game started off at their appropriate times, so that the spectators, the athletes, weren't having to be in the gym for extra hours. So it was a lot of time management, leadership, and I really think that can go into working at Brooks. Also, I worked a lot of volunteering through running organizations, such as the Run of the Mill. Through there, I worked on company advertisement, placing the ads along the course, as well as one-on-one relationships with runners, making sure they know where the start of the race is, where the course is going, where they can pick up their ticket numbers, their racing numbers for the race. So it's a lot of interactions with runners, which I think is really beneficial for having a job at Brooks, and knowing what runners want is great, and being able to work with them in races and a running atmosphere, I think is really beneficial.
That's impressive. You've given me a good picture of your work experience. Now let's talk about your education. I'd like to know about your recent schooling, including any specialized training you've had.
Well, I am a business management major at Xavier University. I finance half my tuition through academic scholarships earned in high school. I've taken classes in HR, human resources, marketing, accounting, and business etiquette, so I've really established a strong business foundation. And through there, I'm able to kind of be able to I think it's really beneficial to be in a business leadership position with that kind of business education foundation. And also I'm going to be furthering my management classes since I'm a business management major at Xavier. And through those management classes, I've really learned how to convey to employees the company's strategic goals and being able to work with employees on achieving those goals. So I think I've really gained a lot of leadership as well as business foundations through my education.
When was a situation where you showed leadership?
Well, I was actually voted on by my teammates senior year to be captain of our cross-country team. So through there, I had to work with the coach to direct the teammates on our goals for this season, which was to get top 3 in state in the cross-country meet. Also, I had to work with communicating to the teammates when practices were, where the races were, what time we needed to show up, making sure everyone had rides, so I had to use a lot online communication as well as voice, just calling them, sending them a text here and there. So a lot of communication with quite a number of people since the team was quite large. And actually our coach gave it my kind of like goal to grow the number of people on the team. We had 50 people when I started the season and was captain, and so throughout the school year I went with clipboards in school, before school in the morning, going up to kind of random kids and jotting down their email address, phone numbers, and making sure that and then after practice calling them. Sometimes it'd be their home phone, and so their parents would answer. I'd be like, hello, I'd like to talk to this person. And so I really kind of reinforced that their qualities were wanted and needed on the team, that they could bring something to our team. And by the end of the year, I grew our team, our team number of teammates on the team grew from 50 to 75 runners, and my coach really was happy about that, thankful, and he said that I left the team in a better place than when I took on it. So I think that really displayed some great leadership, especially with runners, which I think is beneficial to Brooks.
Okay. Now let's further explore how you have handled some situations that you have experienced in your life.
Some situations. So when was the time I set a goal?
Yes.
At the beginning of my freshman year, I was able to, I made my goal to run varsity by the end of the year, and by my senior years, run varsity. My freshman year 5K time for cross country was 19 minutes, around 19 minutes. And so to achieve that goal, I had to make sure that I was putting all the training that our coach required of us, also doing extra training, putting in extra miles, and throughout I ended up putting over 1,200 miles in each year, my freshman and sophomore year, to achieve that goal, to get to work on the goal. And then I was always having to go back, check my progress, adjust accordingly due to results in races. So actually by the end of my senior year, I dropped my 5K time from my freshman year from 19 minutes to 16 minutes and 15 seconds. So I dropped it of over 3 minutes. It was really quite cool, great to see my success and improvement by following that goal, going through a process of training, and yeah.
Okay. When was a time where you felt overwhelmed?
So actually, the last week of college was when I had 5 tests and 1 essay due. So I made my goal not to be not to be overwhelmed in this situation, and to really achieve my most academic success. And so I set a plan of setting aside time for each class, study time, as well as time to maintain an active, healthy lifestyle by exercising, taking food breaks, and that really allowed me to not be overwhelmed in the situation of having 5 tests and an essay due all in 1 week. And by the end of by following that time management plan, I was able to increase the grades of each of my classes from before the finals to after the finals, and it really showed to me that you just need to set a plan, manage your time well, set a schedule, and if you follow that, you can really see success.
Okay. When have you had to cope with anger or hostility of another person?
Well, there's a situation when I was a sales associate at Party City. There was a customer that wanted a discount on a product that might have not been the appropriate discount on the product. So she was quite angry about this situation and the price. So I listened to her concerns, was very patient, took in everything on her point of view, and assured her that I'll do everything in my possible power to make the situation better for her, and also that I would contact my manager. And through going through those steps and being patient with the customer, putting the customer first, showing great customer service, I was able to negotiate the price with my manager and find the customer a price which she felt content with. And after the whole interaction was done, she actually called my manager later and said how great it was with their experience and interaction with me and the great customer service I had displayed. So it was kind of cool to be nice to be able to interact with the customer and make sure that I was patient with her, listened to her concerns, and just put her needs in front of mine.
Mm-hmm. Why do you believe you are qualified for this job?
Well, I've been using Brooks products throughout my life, over 6 years of competitive running. I've led runners as a captain of the cross country team, and I've had a lot of running experience. Also, I've volunteered at running races, so I've been able to gain skills in marketing, company advertisements, placing them along the course, interacting with runners, and positively, just like Brooks always wants with a run happy motto, put the runners first and really kind of give them a great experience with the company, and so that they can enjoy the sport of running more. Also, my work experience in retail sales as well has given me strong foundations of a sales background, customer service, as well as I've had a lot of responsibility in managing inventory, handling cash and from the register, giving it to the manager, product placement, and so I think that was really beneficial. I had leadership roles as a basketball referee, and being patient, handling situations where there was outside pressure, trying to influence your call, but still following a strict guideline of rules, time management through that. And I believe my education at Xavier has given me strong business foundations to be able to properly work in a great business like Brooks. Also, it's given me business etiquette and management skills, and I'm furthering my management classes so I can become a strong business leader in the organization.
Okay. You've given me a good review of your background and experience. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I appreciate your sharing this information with me. It will be of value to us in making our decision. Before we close, what else would you like to cover? Are there any questions that you would like to ask us?
Well, thank you. I want to thank you for your time in the interview, and I just had one question. What kind of qualities do you look for in a management position at Brooks for an employee?